I'm V.M.S Grover, Managing Director of Gynam Education and Training Institute. We started this institute around in 2010, exactly on the 5th of November 2010, to impart training and counseling to the students who want to join the government job. And for the last 13 years now, almost 13 years, we have been quite successful, and we find thousands of our candidates placed in the different government jobs, banks and other government jobs also. At present, we have three counselors who are using the system. Apart from that, one marketing person is also using it. Then I'm the admin thereof. So basically, 4-5%, 5% are using this ExtraaEdge system right now. We are doing it basically manually. We are keeping the register with us, and we will note down any inquiry that will come to us. And from there on, we will be making the calls. Or it was basically walk-in system, which was more prevalent at that time. And from there on, we used to get the admission. So the next thing was what the challenges being faced thereof. So challenges were that we were not able to track the inquiry properly. The inquiry would get lost. And when we flip the register, then we will try to find out somebody had come at that particular time, whether he is again interested in that particular scheme of government exam or not. So that kind of problem we are facing in that manual system. But now, like we can say, with the help of ExtraaEdge, every inquiry that is properly gets monitored also. We can also monitor the counselors. They are basically using that particular system, but we can monitor that inquiry also, whether that inquiry is being properly handled by the counselor or not. That is another thing which we were not able to do earlier, but are now able to do it. So that's how the ExtraaEdge system has helped us. Because the system is quite easy to use, so I don't find any difficulty in the for the counselors to use this particular system. And when the system is easy to use and it is user friendly also, gives you the report also, I think that becomes good enough for any organization like for us also. One basic thing is that we have per counselor data with us, how many calls they have made, and what is the result thereof. That is what we can track. Secondly, we can because the calls are recorded, we can make out if the counselor needs some counseling thereof, that they are not able to convert the inquiry. That is another basic good feature which is there in the ExtraaEdge system also. So then there are reports also, because how many we can make out, because whenever any inquiry comes to us, it is properly recorded, whether that come from the call made by anybody, or the walk-in system, or through some reference. So we can make out from which particular source the inquiries are coming, and there we can focus also. So that's a good kind of database and analysis which is provided by ExtraaEdge. One basic thing that has happened is, after COVID, what has happened, that walk-ins have got reduced. The number of walk-ins have fallen, but the number of calls which are made by online through social media, when we make this social media ads also, so from there we get in calls also, which earlier were not properly recorded. Now all the calls, they get automatically recorded in the system, and when the call is recorded, that becomes easy to pursue, and that's quite a big advantage. So this is one basic feature which is quite useful for the system also. I think I already said it is easy to use, friendly, and so that is the major reason that if anybody finds any system which it's not complicated. Normally what happens is the systems are complicated, and basically Extra is the first system that is CRM that we have used. No, it's a second. Earlier we were using Zoho. So we are using Zoho. So in Zoho, we are finding quite a lot of problems over there. The reports had to be generated. Now it is getting automatically generated, and we are getting those reports also. Therein, we had to do a lot of work, and it was quite complicated also. Although they were also giving us a lot of information, but that was that you have to follow certain steps to get those informations. Here we are getting the information automatically. So I can say being user friendly and easy to use for the counselors also. They are getting a call, it is automatically recorded in the system, so they know they have to follow that particular lead. So when all the leads are recorded, and especially the period now I think everybody is facing that leads are not coming at that level which was there earlier prior to the COVID also. So it is required that we get maximum leads and they are properly followed also. So that is how ExtraaEdge has helped us basically, that leads are getting recorded, they are getting properly followed also, and so that's the big advantage, and that's what we can recommend to anybody also. Normally we get a lot of calls that we are selling, we have a very good CRM system. So I ask them only one question: give me the information that you have one step better than ExtraaEdge, then we will say we can think of shifting. So they have not been able to give, so I give 100% marks to ExtraaEdge. Rahul, he has been very cooperative. I must say that he is very cooperative, and he often visits us and will guide the counselors also, will guide us also, that there are different features in ExtraaEdge that is you can use. We have not been using those features also. He's been telling us that you can use those features. So definitely he's a I can say thorough gentleman.